I'm in Paris to do a presentation for the Ile-de-France PMI chapter. It's the first time I've done a presentation in a country where the language isn't my own, or where the majority of the presentations won't be in that language, so that's going to be quite a challenge for me. So at the moment I am at l'Esplanade de Ile-de-France, and I am about to meet some friends for lunch. I'm on my way to find the venue for this evening's presentation. I don't exactly know where it is, but I am currently walking past the Centre Pompidou, and there's renovation works going on, which makes it very noisy here. But the pavé is full of people. There aren't any street entertainers here, which there used to be. There frequently are, but I imagine that's because it's a Tuesday. Okay, here we are at Espace Saint-Martin, and that's where I'll be giving the presentation tonight. So now I just need to go back, get ready, and I'll be back here about 6 o'clock. My hotel is on this side of the Pompidou Centre, which looks much more impressive from this angle, and it's huge. And basically where I'm speaking tonight is diagonally opposite here on the other side of the square with the Pompidou Centre in. I've spent the afternoon going through my slides because what I realised this morning was that there's not a lot of technical language, but there are some turns of phrase that I could actually make a lot easier for a foreign language audience to understand. So I've just been going through and looking at what phrases I could change to simpler English. I've added in an extra slide, which I think will put my words on the screen, so that will make it hopefully again easier for them to understand. And I've written the part of my presentation I'm doing at the beginning in French, and I've had that checked by a French native speaker, so hopefully that's going to be okay. And I'm about now to get my bits and pieces together and head off round to Espace Saint-Martin to do the presentation. I have to say that this is a very impressive space. This is the upstairs of the building, and there are all these rather odd statues. And obviously the other side of that is a big auditorium. We're actually speaking in a small room downstairs. There's me, and there is a project management consultancy company who do SharePoint and are doing a SharePoint demo tonight, so that should be quite interesting as well. This is the room that I spoke in this evening, and apparently they had between 80 and 100 people turn up. There were people arriving quite as after the session had started, but there were very few chairs and people had to sort of squeeze in at the back, which was great, really great to see how many people turned out. I've been talking to the president of the chapter, and he said it's a growing and very busy chapter with lots of events planned. So I'm glad that I had the opportunity to meet some of the people and to speak to them. Well, it's about 9:45 and I'm back from doing the presentation at the Ile-de-France chapter of PMI, and it went really well. There were great questions, the people were lovely, all the chapter members and the organisers did everything they could to be helpful, and they served quenelle after with some drinks as a pot after the event after my speech and Christophe's speech. He was from a company and they spoke about SharePoint implementations and how that can help manage projects. So overall, a really nice evening. And I was speaking to one of the people beforehand around why my blog's called A Girl's Guide to Project Management. And I thought actually that things had moved on and that really we had addressed the fact that there weren't that many women in project management, speaking and writing. But there were probably, in a room full of 80, 90 people, there were 8 women, including myself, which is not a great representation of how many women I'm sure are working in project management in France today. So I hadn't realised quite how different it would be in a different geography, because it's certainly not like that at UK events. But it is interesting to see the representation of women in the room, and I'm back from that now, and I stopped off at the supermarket on my way back to buy some of the things that I miss from France. So this is roule au fromage, and I've also got some quenelle in here as well. And these, Michel and Augustin. And that was a product launch, a product brand that was launched when I used to live in Paris. And yeah, I think they're great. So I have no idea what these are. Parmesan and mustard, bit cheesy biscuits. So I'm going to take all of this home with me, and I'll take a little bit of France home as a memory.